Roster is presented by PNC Bank. The Ball Hogs with Big Will McDonald's, the man in the middle, and the Aliens, the international flavor with Bulut, Las Manos, and Tomislav Ivasev for the Aliens. Well, what do you get when the White Mamba meets the baddest bad boy of them all? You get Scal with Rick Mahorn. Scal?
All right, Rick, you got the 3-1. You got the Ball Hogs this week. This is not an easy game. They got Jody Meeks back, and Barbosa's playing at a high level. What do you got to do to continue your momentum?
We just can't make the mental mistakes. We can't give up offensive rebounds. Also, we can't turn the ball over. Those are the things, that's the keys to winning, and we got to execute our offense.
Did you know Dusan Stevens was this good when you guys drafted him?
Yeah, I kind of knew it because Dusan said this is who he was looking for, somebody with a live body, but I didn't think it was that live, but I'm glad I got him.
All right, good luck today.
All right, guys, yep, sometimes better to be lucky than good. Key rules in the Big Three: first to 50 wins. You must win by 2. There's no game clock. Shot clock is 14 seconds. Free throws, Avery. One shot for either 2, 3, or 4 points from those distances. And yes, the 4-point shot, unique to the Big Three. Make a shot from one of the 3 4-point circles. It is worth a big 4 points.
Yeah, you're never really running out of time. This is not about timing. We don't have 4 12-minute quarters. It's the first team to 50. And you can be down 48 to 38. The game's not over. You got to play.
Now let's do a little fireball 3 action. Game 2 in Dallas. Ball Hogs begin with Barbosa, along with Karan Iverson and Stacey Davis. Jody Meeks available off the bench. Aliens with Dusan Bulut, Deshaun Stevens, and Carlos Las Manos to begin this one.
Yeah, I was on the call for the Ball Hogs only win when Barbosa hit the game-winning shot here in Dallas on a right-handed scoop drive to the basket. So their 1-3 record, they're better than a 1-3 team. You know, they played without Meeks for 2 weeks and Barbosa was out early. So look for them to really play a terrific game today.
I think Rick Barry's superstitious, so he was thrilled to see you on the call because you were here for the only other victory. As Barbosa with the finish there. You know, Rick Barry, Avery, is 78 years old, and he is an active pickleball player.
Yeah, we were talking about that before the game in the hospitality room. He's like I think he's almost like a 4.5 or 5.0 tennis pickleball player. I play a lot of tennis and a little bit of pickleball, but I'm not a 5.0.
Iverson scores. Ball Hogs, good start, 6-0.
And that's what Rick talked about before. He said, look, we just have to make shots. He said, and move better without the basketball. And they've done it in spurts, but now they got to try to do it more consistently.
Las Manos working hard for the bucket. Carlos Las Manos from Latvia, winning gold in 3x3 at the 2020 Tokyo Games.
Yeah, looking good in his first season with the Big Three, averaging 15 points.
Barbosa the fake, the drive, blocked by Stevens. Bulut the other way, floater no, tip is there for Stevens.
You remember when Bulut started last year and, you know, power, just got off to a slow start. It just came back from overseas. But, man, he's turned it on in his second season.
He was nearly a ball hog as Iverson, nice runner with the left. Bulut wasn't cleared to come over in 2019 and made his Big Three debut last year, as you mentioned, with Nancy Lieberman's club. Las Manos, quick release, not there. Iverson decked by Bulut.
Yeah, see, a lot of times when you're closing out the Las Manos, players got to remember he's a left-handed player. And then these loose balls are 50-50 balls. These balls in no man's land is who can get to it quickly and secure it.
Spoken like a lefty himself. Davis backing down Bulut. Stacey Davis, too much. Bulut against Davis, has 5 to shoot. Stevens spinning, doubled. Las Manos has to launch, doesn't see it. Good rotations by the ball hogs for the shot clock violation.
Yeah, in that situation, Stevens, when he dribbled to the basket, he got slapped on the arm and he still passed it. That's the time you want to shoot it.
Stevens, big fella, 6'8", plays like he's 7'3". Iverson trying to follow up his miss. Lob to the rim. Stevens got held up with the finish. Good patience against Davis.
Yeah, but unlike game one, you remember we were talking about Sanders. Larry Sanders had a situation when the ball was passed to him. He released too early. Stevens held his defender off, and that allowed that pass to be completed. We always talk about the passer makes the shooter, but sometimes the scorer has to make the passer.
Iverson finishes. Now, that wasn't cleared. The ball hogs did not bring the ball beyond the arc. You must do that when the ball hits the rim on a defensive rebound. So wave off the bucket.
Yeah, they didn't clear it.
Even Rick would say, my guys have to do that.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Rick Barry is how blunt, Avery?
15.
Davis, that's legal.
And
Team up by 4.
That's what I love about the Big Three. We got Rick Barry coaching, Rick Mahorn. Man, 2 guys, NBA legends, that's just pouring their heart and soul into coaching these players from the Big Three.
Timeout. Ball hogs with the early 10-6 advantage here against the Aliens. So Saturday, they begins at 3 Eastern with live PGA Tour coverage of the 3M Open. Then in prime time at 8, it's the final Superstar Saturday night. This season in the Camping World SRX Series. All coming up Saturday here on CBS. Well, we've lauded the play of Dusan Stevens, but at their core, the Aliens, Avery, it's the international play of these 3 guys.
Yeah, and that's why the Big Three is continuing to evolve, and the international presence that we have with these 3 guys playing in the league. Now we have fans from Serbia and Latvia watching the games on CBS.
Worldwide. Ice Cube. Think about what he, Jeff Quatnitz, Amy Trask, Commissioner Clyde Drexler have done over the 5 seasons and 6 years with the Big Three.
Nice little set play there coming out of the timeout. Quick little back screen, step out for a 3.
Barbosa. Davis slips, leans into Stevens. Can't score.
Nice defense.
Shot clock violation, and that was all Dusan Stevens.
Man, Dusan Stevens is a really good-looking player. Man, look at that size and body strength. And, you know, he can play inside and out. Obviously, we talked about, you know, he's #1 in rebounds. Here comes the lob. This will be an easy basket.
Too easy.
Yeah, I could have made that shot.
Dunked it?
Not dunked it.
Made it.
I've never dunked in the game before, but I've helped a whole lot of people dunk on the assist.
Iverson, backdoor Davis, inside Barbosa, and beautiful passing by the ball hogs.
I think that's the best offensive series of today's game. Just great offensive passes. Make one pass, nice little pocket pass here, and here's the back cut meets back to Barbosa. Come on back on the other side and you'll see more.
No, thank you so much. I'm gonna have to pick your brain as we've gone from a family of 3 to a family of 4. I need some advice from Coach.
I got all of the advice. You got to make a decision whether you want to be right or whether you want to be happy.
Wow. Oh, Zachary, he's gone prime time in 12 days. We love it. Ron Iverson taking it on Stevens. And a shot clock violation. Real quick, you know, Ian Eagle, great friend, CBS, you know him well, Avery, one of the best broadcasters on the planet. I texted him to say, hey, meet Zachary, and he said, congrats to the Cohens. One more, and you've got a Big Three team.
Yes, that's pretty
as only
good.
he could.
I tried to make it to a Big Three team, but Avery Jr. came second, and that's like 4 kids in one at that time.
What, 2 is the perfect number?
Yes.
Barbosa. Ball wasn't cleared, able to finish inside, and the Ball Hogs lead by 3.
And man, what a summer Barbosa's had. You know, with the Golden State Warriors winning the championship, and he was one of the coaches. I worked a couple of those games, and I saw him out on the floor 3 hours before the game, working on his game for the Big 3.
A couple of years as a player development coach with Golden State. Now, he wasn't here in week 1 in Chicago. Golden State winning the title in Boston. A couple of days and nights, long nights of celebration. And hey, you know what? If you have a good excuse not to make week 1, it's to celebrate an NBA title as Iverson misses. Could have been a foul.
Yeah, nice defense there by Dusan Bulut.
And Las Manos fouled by Iverson. Tie game. Here's Stevens moments ago.
And he was shot ready. A lot of times, you know, you miss a 3 before you even take it because you're not ready. But he was ready. He likes to step into it with his right foot. And nice spin on the basketball.
Tomislav Ivasev in for the Aliens. Ball Hogs trying to get Will McDonald into the game. A slight equipment malfunction, but the big fella's good to go.
And this is something that a lot of the guys behind the scenes with the Big 3 we talked about before the game, that this could be a game for Will McDonald to play and have somewhat of an impact off the bench for the Ball Hogs.
Nearly had the rebound. Ball tipped out of bounds. So you have McDonald with Meeks and Barbosa, the 3 captain and co-captains for the Ball Hogs. And for the Aliens, it's Bulut, Ivasev, and Las Manos. Block shot Bulut. Ivasev bunts, missed it. Thought he was fouled, and he was, but didn't get the call.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why McDonald's playing when Ivasev's come into the game. They like that matchup.
Tie game at 14. Barbosa fouls Bulut. A nasty spill. Avery, this has grown more and more physical in this first half.
Yeah, no babies allowed. No layups, no uncontested layups. You got to earn it. You got to go to the free throw line and earn this free throw.
Hey, listen, I know it's Rick Mahorn's team as Bulut was fouled hard, but somewhere in there, Rick Mahorn's got to be saying, man, that's how it's done.
Yeah, Rick Mahorn's fouls back in the day would be technical fouls or flagrant ones and 2s in today's game.
Yeah, that was nothing. Barbosa side swipes, no call, as Ivasev, a little stare down of the Brazilian blur. Better keep his head up. Adam Drexler into the game for Bulut. Aliens winners to 2 straight, trying to get to 4-1 against the Ball Hogs, currently 1-3.
That last name sounds familiar, Drexler.
He's got the number, he's got the jeans.
Clyde the Glide Drexler's son, commissioner of the Big 3.
Las Manos is fouled as the shot clock went off. It was an air ball. Barbosa saying no, and he's pointing at Rick Barry saying, bring the fire, let's go. So the Bring the Fire challenge. Barbosa called for the personal. This will be for 3 points. If Barbosa gets the stop, you wave it off. If Las Manos scores or is fouled, it's 3 for the Aliens.
That's what I love about the Bring the Fire rule. Now we'll see if he's going to pull up for the shot.
Doesn't get the bounce. That was close.
Yeah, but he didn't sell Barbosa on the drive enough. You got to be a salesman, right? You got to be able to sell, you know, old jeans and make it feel like they're new jeans. But what's your sales pitch? He didn't have a sales pitch on that.
That was like that pair of jeans you could wear for 3 weeks straight. No one would notice.
Yeah.
Aliens by 2. Barbosa weaving. Rolls off. Las Manos chased off the line. Drexler gets a look. Ivasev bodies McDonald but loses the ball. This game has gone into neutral here in the first half.
Yeah, and it's ball security. When you're going after those balls and the sideline becomes another defender and the baseline's one, you got to secure it.
Active hands by Ivasev. They will stay with the ball Hogs with 9 to shoot. And Bulut coming back on in place of Las Manos for the Aliens.
I'm just amazed by the crowd. You know, I was here 2 weeks ago. The crowd was very good. This crowd is even better, man. The Big 3 betting on Dallas is working.
Got some of the great crowds in league history in this city. And back for another week at Comerica Center, which is in Frisco. Drexler gets free, but Meeks denies the pass. Ivasev drains the triple for the Aliens.
Big fella with the 3. Top of the key. That's one of the harder areas statistically to make a 3. The corner 3s are easier from a statistical standpoint.
And a guy who makes a ton of them, Jody Meeks, too strong. Let's go back to Ivasev from distance.
Yeah, sometimes your bad luck is good luck. Drexler was open. The defense had to shift. McDonald didn't get out there fast enough. And Ivasev got a wide open 3. You better guard him out there if he can knock it down.
Bulut, the drive, scores. Dusan Bulut showing why he's been one of the best in the world. Long time at 3-on-3.
Yeah, he just has, 3 or 4 or 5 speeds. He's never really in a rush. He doesn't look rattled. Very comfortable in the 3-on-3 game with all of his international experience.
How about Barbosa? Ran out of real estate, so he throws it off Ivasev with 7 on the 24. The 14, rather.
Yep.
NBA version, it's the 24. McDonald's, too much. Drexler, all day. Missed the bank 3, rebound Barbosa. Meeks wants it wide open.
They're going to have to knock those shots down. That's what Coach Rick Barry was talking about before the game. Not the contested ones, but those wide open ones. You don't get those that many in the Big 3.
Barbosa loose change with the score and finish. 21-18 Aliens as we near the break. First 25 gets us to halftime in the Big 3.
Yep.
Drexler with Ivasev and Bulut for the Aliens. Adam Drexler to the basket, denied by Barbosa. Meeks to the spot, nails the 3, and we're tied up.
And man, every time Meeks shoots a 3, it looks like it's going in. You're almost shocked when he misses a 3. His range, consistent 3-point shooter over his career. 41st pick overall in the 2009 NBA draft.
Avery last year made 15 threes in the Big 3. Couldn't go back-to-back there. Rebound tip, McDonald there, scores.
Yeah, and that's where communication comes in. 2 guys going for the ball, you communicate. I got it. It's yours, it's mine. But if you got 4 hands going after basketball, you're probably going to come up short. Less is more in that situation.
No doubt. Why we talk so much about it, how vital rebounding is in the game, but certainly in the Big 3. Bulut answers with the 3.
Yeah, both teams, as you alluded to, approaching halftime. We'll see who can take their momentum into the half, and then, like in our last game with Trilogy, who can start off the second half at a high level the same way Isaiah Briscoe did with 2 quick buckets for Trilogy.
Bulut, quiet game last week, better so far in this first half.
Yeah, we talked about Leandro Barbosa being a coach or player development for the Warriors. He wouldn't teach any of his students on that team to play defense like that. I don't know where he was going underneath. He went underneath the entire package.
You're not coming back to beat the Celtics at that rate. McDonald over the shoulder gets us to the break. Ball Hogs by 1 at 25-24.
Yeah, nice job by McDonald trying to impact this game. with his rebounding. We talked about the chicken wing in the first game. That must have been a chicken breast.
It all tastes good.
It all tastes good.
First half in the books. Game 2 of our triple header. Ball Hogs by 1 against the Aliens. We'll return to Dallas after these messages and a word from your local station.
It is. And don't bail them out with a jumper. Let's keep going. Come on now. Let's go. Execute, you get anything you want. Defensively, do the same thing. Let's go. Talk.
Well said. You have to communicate, right, Coach?
Yeah, and you can't text on the court. You got to talk. I know we're in the social media generation. Rick Mahorn's old school. He wants the old-fashioned communication.
Oh, he's got someone who made a big difference last week in Deshaun Stevens. Aliens right now getting some early buckets from the big fella again.
Yeah, again, Deshaun Stevens, he's an outstanding rebounder and defender. He finds the right spots on the floor, and he's playing with guys like Deshaun Bulut that can pass the basketball, that can find those holes in the defense.
9 points, 4 boards. Aliens are 3-1. After the day tied for first. Their point differential only +3 after 4 weeks. That's because they had a big loss against the Triplets in week number 2. Head coach Avery Johnson, Brian Scalabrine, our CBS crew from Dallas today. Davis gets the bounce from below the foul line for the Ball Hogs.
Yeah, Stacey Davis, he's a guy, he's been all over the world. You know, he's played with 7 different teams and overseas, 7 different countries, so he knows how to get to his spots.
I went to college on the shores of Malibu at Pepperdine. Not bad.
That's a beautiful campus.
Barbosa behind the back, leans in and scores in a Brazilian blur. Barbosa with the finish.
Very good move, body control.
He's got 10. Stevens against Davis. Tried to slip it to Las Manas. Was it kicked?
So here's the hesitation behind the back. This is like a ball handling drill. This is what you work with kids with on cones. And then I think Barbosa tweaked his left ankle. They definitely need him.
So keep an eye on Leandro Barbosa, what he means to this Ball Hogs team. Sneaks in with Davis and Karan Iverson.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on it because right now they're +5. So let's see what happens the rest of the way.
Davis fades, misses. So you got Stevens with Bulut and Las Manas for the Aliens. Bulut, low dribble, leans in, scores. That control of the basketball, so vital for Bulut.
Yeah, but even though he doesn't get an assist on that play, Stevens, because he's playing so well offensively, the defense didn't really want him to commit to leave him.
Let's take a look at how Barbosa went down.
Looks like it happened on this little flare pick right there. Like his left foot got clipped.
Bulut throws it up. Stevens collects and gets the bounce.
And Stevens has long arms. You saw, he looked 7'3" when he got that ball above his head.
Avery, you said it. This is thought about it. Launches too much. It was a 5-point lead for the Ball Hogs. Last 4 points going to the Aliens.
Yeah, you lose another 3-point shooter, your playmaker.
Stevens drills it, and the Aliens with a 7-0 burst.
And that gave the Aliens a little bit more confidence when Barbosa went out with the little ankle tweak there. We'll see if he can make it back. We see the trainer over there talking to him.
Big shift in the game. Ball Hogs can desperately use a stop. Meek steps in, the steal, turns the 3, in and out. Boy, that would have been huge. Bulut.
Yep, Meeks, you want him taking that shot, but boy, Iverson was open underneath the basket.
Fallon Iverson on the dive by Las Manas.
And see, if you're Iverson in that situation, Meeks is taking that corner three. You're really, really good rebounders. You know how to track that ball from the weak side. You know exactly where it's going to come off, a high percentage of the time.
Pick and roll. Stevens couldn't get to the high pass from Bulut. Retrieves, drives. Scoop is good, and the foul.
Maximum energy, maximum effort. He didn't quit. Missed the lob here, but stayed with it. And then he attacked the defense. Inside out dribble, finished through contact.
Chance at a three-point play. And obviously the big question now, can the Ball Hogs get Barbosa back onto the floor? 33-29 Aliens. It's a 9-0 run with Barbosa out. Davis rolls, Iverson, return pass, batted around. Last touch by Davis.
Wish we can see that one again. This is why Dusan Stevens is so outstanding. We know what he can do offensively, but defensively, he got caught in the jam. He helped the helper, got back to his own man, deflection. He's all over the place.
Big shot by Davis.
Yeah.
Ball Hogs needed it.
They desperately needed it.
We've just received word Barbosa is done for the day. Air ball Las Manas. Stevens cleans it up and is going to shoot one for 2 points.
That's exactly what I was talking about. When you're on that weak side and those corner shots are taken, you got to gain on your defender offensively to position yourself for the offensive rebound. That's what Stevens did on that one.
So the Brazilian Blur will head back to the locker room. And Avery, a real shame for the Ball Hogs. Last year was their best in team history. This year, you factor in Barbosa missing week 1, Meeks missing last week. There has not been that level of continuity. And now it's railroaded again with Barbosa done for the day.
Yeah, and we talked about his contributions to the team is significant.
Davis step through, runner misses.
And Barbosa newly named assistant coach for the Sacramento Kings.
Great hire by Mike Brown, who takes the Kings job. Former Golden State assistant under Steve Kerr. Will McDonald will get a 2-point shot as Ivasev comes on for the Aliens in place of Dusan Stevens.
Yeah, got a couple of offensive rebounds in the first half. We'll see if it can continue, because with Barbosa out, they're going to need quite a few second chance points.
Bullen wants it, three-pointer, off the mark. Meeks, hang, shot no good. Ivasev the block, it never hit the rim, and he finishes.
Yeah, and Rick Barry's, boy, he's upset about that one. Oh, man.
Hall of Famers fired up. This is no pickleball game. This is Big 3 basketball. Aliens by 6 in Dallas. Labrini, Scout.
Well, guys, this is the worst of worst news. We think Leandro Barbosa has a partially torn Achilles tendon while he was trying to get over that screen. He's obviously out today and probably out for the Big 3 in the rest of the season.
All right, Scout, just the worst news you could possibly imagine for one of the great players in this league. Obviously, Avery, if that's indeed the extent of the injury, you're looking at so much time to recover, let alone get back in shape to come back for another season.
Yeah, and it depends on kind of what grade it is, what level. And Scal said partially, so we don't know what level it is. That's seriously unfortunate, not only for Barbosa, but for the Ball Hogs. He's the engine that drives the car. Achilles, man, that's always just one of the tough injuries. And whenever you talk about ACLs, Achilles injuries, hopefully it's slightly strained and there's a quicker recovery time. So we'll hope for the best.
Yes, Scal, just seeing you report that, the disappointment on your face, knowing how much this means to Leandro Barbosa. You're with the Ball Hogs, and certainly it probably brings back that memory when Jermaine Taylor injured his Achilles in Week 1 in 2019, and he was lost for that season and took so much time to come back and eventually return to the Big 3 this year.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference was, so I drafted Jermaine Taylor. It was like the 5th possession of the game. Last year, man, like battling with Barbosa, seeing him, he has the love for basketball, and I know why every one of his former teammates just talks so highly of him. So it means a little bit more. Not that I don't like Jermaine Taylor, but I got to know Barbosa last year, and he's a great guy. And you know, you hate to see when guys really love this game, that kind of stuff happening to them.
Ball Hogs right now, understandably not the same team as with Barbosa. Popped out.
And then, you know, you're only down to 1 sub now.
Yeah.
So you don't have that additional guy that you can bring off the bench. So guys got to try to play defense without fouling, and hopefully we can stay injury-free the rest of the game.
41-33, Aliens by 8. Ball Hogs led by 5 before the injury. Never hit the rim. Ivasev with the cleanup, and the Aliens are beginning to pull away with ease.
And not only that, I'm telling the Ball Hogs guys, you know, Will McDonald, Meeks, unless you get knocked down to the ground, referees, they're not going to call any touch fouls, or so you got to go up with the mindset that you better finish without receiving a call.
Bulut pulls up, scores. So the Aliens with Bulut, Ivasev, and Las Manos, the 3 international players. And leading by 12, Rick Barry will take the timeout.
Yeah, Rick Barry, good timeout. Got to hit the reset button. They're going to need to string together, you know, 6 or 7 stops in a row to potentially come back in this game. The Aliens have all the momentum, especially with the unfortunate news about Leandro Barbosa.
You can follow Big 3 basketball all across social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. I saw you, Coach. Got your Big 3 app downloaded to the phone earlier today.
Hey, with the assistance of our man Ed Cohen. I'm not as technologically savvy as you are, Ed, but I've come a long way since we met.
It's called baby steps. We're all getting there.
Yep, I got my Big 3 app. I'm looking at the 4-point leaders with Michael Beasley coming into today's game. The block leaders, Isaiah Austin. You know, Larry Sanders obviously is up there. We have the updated scores, 45-33. Aliens over the Ball Hogs. Now it's talking about our game, the next game coming up. We got 4 more games today.
It's a ball out for a reason.
Yes.
6 games, 12 teams, first 3 on CBS. Yeah, great to be with you, Ed Cohen, Avery Johnson, Brian Scalabrine, our entire crew. Next one, following this game, Ghost Ballers. They'll try and bounce back after 2 close defeats against Michael Beasley and Three's Company. Both sides looking to get back on track.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that's a game with Ghost Ballers when, you know, they fell in week 4 to the Killer Threes by 2.
Bulut missed a gimme. Second effort. Bulut wide open. Iverson tips it out. Meeks to the 4-point circle. Fakes. Flyby. 4-point shot is good for Jody Meeks.
Yeah, smart decision. Remember, we talked about this. The Ball Hogs, you know, it's not quite running out of time. They're running out of possessions. So each possession defensively, you got to play like the game is practically over if we don't get a stop.
Ivasev, no. Rebound, Iverson. Meeks wants it. Iverson, no. Gets his own rebound. Can't finish. Never hit the rim. Ivasev, and a chance at 3 for Tomislav Ivasev.
Yeah, that was a nice drive, but this 4-pointer by Meeks, it started with the shot fake, nice balance, and then Ivasev to the basket. Really good whirling dervish drive. That looked like a Manu Ginobili drive.
Ooh.
With the left hand. Yeah. We're in Texas, you know, 4 hours away from San Antonio.
Spoken like a Spur. That possession, Avery, had the feeling of you have the Meeks 4-point shot, you get a rebound. If the Ball Hawks score there, you start to build some momentum with Barbosa out as Ivasev completely airmails Dusan Bulut. But again, Ivasev able to answer, and it's point game for the aliens.
Yeah, he thought he was passing the ball to Gerald Green. Gerald Green probably could have caught that ball out of the air and flushed it. Or maybe Jason Richardson.
Michael Irvin.
Yeah, know your team.
Meek circling. Davis gets a look. Air ball, Bulut for the win. Got it. Game over. The Aliens improved to 4-1 with a 50-37 win over the Hogs.
Yeah, the international team took it to the American team. Nice rebound here. This is, again, we talked about these long rebounds from those corner threes. Right place at the right time. And the excitement from the Aliens.
Dusan Bulut, game winner, 15 points. He is with Scal.
All right, so the big three's under your belt. How do you guys feel now? It feels like you guys got a pretty good rhythm out there.
We're feeling good, especially, when we're winning, of course. But, we are here to fight against every team. It was a tough battle in the first 3 quarters. But, we changed momentum, not by our good play, but, Barbosa injury. So, we were able to, just go on that momentum and finish the game.
Today, I think Ivasev had his best game. Is this what you expect from him since playing with him so long?
Can you repeat it? Sorry.
Ivasev had his best game today. Is this what you expect from him?
I know he's here to fight. He's gonna rebound the ball. He's gonna, play good defense. And if it's open for him, he will, be really, really good in offense. But he's a team player, like everybody here. So, this game was Ivasev, last game was Deshaun, first game was me and Lasmani. So, we always like to win, no matter who is the best guy in the team.
All right, thank you.
Aliens first to 4. A 4-1 start here in this 5th Big 3 season. Three-headed monsters later will have a chance to match that record against the triplets. But 2 games down of the 6 today in Dallas. Aliens taking advantage, obviously, after Barbosa went down with what could be an Achilles injury. 50-37 Aliens on CBS.